Matt, do you like cheese pizza?
Yeah.
Now I'm covered in orange goo.
And you're just fucking immature. You're just a fucking baby.
Now recording.
Thank you for joining Now Recording, episode 13. I'm Matt Pitt, your one-legged friend. This is Toxic Piplup, the one-eyed guy that just got back from vacation.
Yeah.
That is Beavers in South Africa, and in South Africa, he's always on vacation. And there's Core Master, our producer, who just, does his thing, and he likes to know if it's your turn.
Andy's a queer.
I got an interview with Crazy. Let's
Yeah.
whatever.
Speaking of that, so we're gonna start with our little roundup here. All the drama that has been going on while Toxic has been on vacation. We had a lot of drama in our Discord. So first off, there was a hacking in our Discord. Someone got hacked. Someone clicked the link they shouldn't have clicked. And he goes by Crazy N007, and he is crazy. He's very crazy. We talked to him for a little bit, and we did a little interview with him that's already been recorded. So we're going to go to that right now. So let me just explain the context here. In the Shop from the Point Freeze server, we had an issue with a couple members. It turns out one of the guys decided to click a link that he's not supposed to click. And I'm going to, let's see here. This was a huge scam going around, sending people links of a Discord server and saying, hey, I don't know what happened or if it's really you, but it was your name in the same avatar and you sent a girl stuff like, what the fuck? And then it gives the link and then check #freaks and you'll see. Anyways, until you explain what happened, I'm blocking you. Sorry if this is a misunderstanding, but I do not want to take risks with having weirdos on my friends list. All right, so that's what was sent. All right, and then one person clicks it, and then sends it to, and we all get the link, and we have to basically ban him from the server until he gets his shit fixed. And well, we're with this guy today. This guy's name is Crazy N007. Crazy, how are you doing?
Oh, great. How are you doing, Matt?
I'm doing great. So tell me, Crazy, why'd you click the link?
Honestly, to me, it looked pretty. It looked like it was a fun server.
It looked like a fun server.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, so a bunch of an entire list to expose people, bro. I could use this to blackmail people easily. That's my mindset.
Yeah. So basically, so you're saying curiosity killed the cat, Crazy. You wanted to see what was in there.
Oh yeah, I was like, man, who can I blackmail?
Okay, so here's what I was told about this link, right? You click the link, all right, and then it gets you in there and you got to put in a QR code.
Yeah.
Did you not see any, like, red flags there with doing the
Honestly,
QR code?
My autism took over, and I was like, fuck it. I don't care what happens.
Really?
In hindsight 2020, I'm like, man, I should really listen to my brain more often.
Yeah, well, you understand that you got hacked and then you started sending everybody that link. Luckily, one person got hacked that I know of in the free server, like fully hacked. And then another person clicked the link but didn't know the QR code. One of the guys had to Google what doing a QR code means. So he literally Googled how to hack himself.
Yeah, there was one guy that didn't know how to use a QR code, so he had to Google it.
Dude, if you don't know how to use a QR code, you deserve to get scammed.
I mean, but don't you feel kind of bad?
Feel kind of bad? I really didn't know these people. I'm going to be honest. I'm like, if I fell for it, it's kind of also why you fell for it too.
Bro,
you're saying these people have autism.
Yeah, basically. I really shouldn't feel bad for them.
So I'm just going to make this clear. Your excuses are you wanted to see what was in the server and autism, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, Beavers, you got any questions?
Yeah, because I don't know about that, buddy. Because the way that I look at it, right, is what did you do that made you want to click on that link?
Okay, so it starts off with this. So you know Bunk Server, right?
Yes.
There used to be this guy. He left like a couple of days ago because of Moxie. He and Moxie got into a fight. What's his name? They got into a fight, and this dude that left the server said, you know what? I'm gonna stay in my server, right? I was friends with him. Then he sends me the link.
Okay, and this is a friend of yours.
Basically, acquaintance. I'm like, okay, I've talked to you like twice. He sent me the link. He also blocked me. I'm guessing he also fell for it too.
Yeah.
Because
Well, obviously he fell for it if he sent you the link.
yeah. Haven't
Crazy.
hope for him
What I'm
anymore.
getting at. What did you send those girls?
That's the real question. I was like, hey, did anybody actually look at my Twitter? Bro, I went off on some girls who were cloud chasing. Like I went like off. Like who did I send something? Like who did I target? Like that was my real question. Like I targeted so many people. Who was it?
Did you send dick pics or to
Nah.
people?
Nah.
Did you send weird sussy pics to women?
Nah, I don't do that shit.
Then
I verbally harass and bully these people. That's what I do.
Have you not seen
Support
that?
that.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Beavers, you got anything else before I change? Go on another different path.
No, I just wanted to know what had happened. I think it would
Okay.
have been funnier if he'd sent something and he was scrambling to click on the link so he could figure out
Nah.
what they had on him.
Have you? Did you not see any screenshots on Twitter of this thing going around? Because this was going around for about a week or so. Jalyn clicked the link at one point, but didn't scan the QR code. So this has been going around. So I didn't know if you had seen this before.
The last time I hopped on Twitter, I'm gonna be honest, was like maybe like a month ago when it happened.
Okay.
So I didn't really know this game was going on. I'm like, okay. No one really talked about it in none of the servers. So I didn't see it until I did it. Now people talk about it. I'm like, oh, that's a case precaution. Now everybody talks about it.
Yeah.
But
Are
it
you
was-
aware?
Yeah.
No, continue. Go ahead.
I'm like, well, good thing I was the one who got hacked, not like someone like Matt, you know.
Oh, I wasn't gonna click the fucking link, buddy. Like, I blocked you as soon as I saw that because I was like, "Oh, definitely, bro." I've been looking for a reason to block you, crazy, and you gave me it because you're fucking weird. All right, you're a weirdo.
Okay. I might be a weirdo, but I like good cars. Okay.
Okay.
My takes are base.
Okay. Corey, you got anything?
nope.
Okay. Beavers, anything else to do with this subject? Because I want to ask them one more thing that doesn't have to do with this.
Just wanted to say, I don't know if we've mentioned this in any other podcast. I just wanted to say that, so I get sent this link, right? And I'm asleep. Okay? So Crazy sends me this link and I'm asleep. Obviously not him. He was obviously hacked or whatever. And then fucking Toxic Piplup sends me a message and he says, oh, like something along the lines of, oh my God, what did you do? Right? So, if I didn't have the common sense and I looked at that message and I was just like, okay, this is a scam. If I didn't have the common sense, Toxic Piplup wanted me to get hacked.
Okay,
And I want you all to know that.
Hold on. You shitting on
Whoa.
Toxic, but your other co-host DM'd you and gave you the heads up, right? Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you
There
did.
you go.
So Toxic is the only bad one here.
Kind of base take.
So crazy. Are you more aware of these links now? Are you looking out for them?
Yeah, I'm looking out for them.
Where-
And if I do, I'm gonna copy a paste to a server, like join it, but won't do any QR codes, and then send it to people I really don't like, just to mess with them.
All right.
See
Well,
if
I don't think you should do that.
You're going to infect other people, not yourself.
You're retarded. I'm gonna
No,
block.
I'm just
you again,
asking
by the
him a
way.
question. I can't control what the man does.
I'm not
just
calling
asking
you
him
a
question.
retard. I'm calling him a retard.
Oh, so you're going to infect other people and not get infected yourself this time.
So I'm gonna make a six account because this is my first account, right? Six account. It's
Yeah.
not gonna be associated with anybody. It's just gonna mess with people I hate and despise. People you guys don't even know. I'm gonna find these people and annoy the living shit out of them.
All right. Well, crazy. You shouldn't do stuff like that. You sometimes worry me, buddy. Like sometimes I think you're just like memeing and you're just trying to like freak people out, and then sometimes I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Because there's a situation in the poker server. You went in the poker server. Were you recording people in the poker server?
No, so this situation went like this. I'm like, hey, yo, I'm in the poker store, and I checked the recording and didn't record. I'm like, hey, yo, I'm recording this thing. I'm not gonna be in I'm not gonna be talking, okay? And then they said, okay, right? And then they said, are you? And then I come back and they said, did you make sure that you didn't record us? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, no, did you? I'm like, and then they said, yeah. And if I did, I'll just delete the parts that you guys were in, just in case. And I'm like, and then they were like, and they said leave. I'm like, and I got kicked, and then I joined VC with them, and they said leave us alone, and I just got kicked and banned. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like
Well,
that's
buddy-
Jamie, what happened? I was like, the fuck?
Well, there you go.
Like I
Play
warned
poker?
them, and I'm like, yeah, I even then said I even gave them a like I'll delete it if you just in case.
Yeah.
Did you want to play poker?
Yeah, I like poker. I mean, I live in Texas, and I'm not allowed to play poker. That's why.
Such a
Okay.
sad story.
Did you got kicked out of the Clip Live server as well?
Oh, I got banned because of Izzy. Izzy just does not like me. So you know why I got banned from there? I was streaming Yu-Gi-Oh, not the show, playing it,
Yeah.
and that's why Izzy banned me. He banned me because I made fun of him for, hey yo, Beavers. You remember when you made that picture of him?
What?
Is this the
No,
Is this-
different. No.
different Beavers? Okay, different Beaver makes a picture of him, right? He gets all mad, but he asked for it, right? He said you can go whatever you do with the picture, right?
Yeah.
And then I just make fun of him, and then he says, "Well, it was morally incorrect." I'm like, "Well, it was actually based on truth." And then he mutes me, and then Izzy says, "I'm gonna keep you muted until you pay me $20." Right? And I just and then I join back in VC, just streaming Yu-Gi-Oh, texting the chat, and then I basically keep getting kicked. I'm like, what's happening? It's just Izzy kicking me.
So, what you're saying, right? Breaking. There's extortion going on in the Clip Live server.
Oh yeah, basically.
I don't know if I'd call it extortion. Is he? Is
Well, he
Izzy-
said he can't talk unless he pays him.
Hold
That's
on.
Oh, by the way, he was
Hold on.
doing it to other people too. So I mean,
Yeah, that's extortion.
yeah, that's
There's
extortion.
going
That's
on.
the definition of extortion.
All right,
That's literally extortion, man.
Okay, hold on, Beavers. I think Izzy likes to meme and talk shit, and they do go over the line as mods sometimes, and they do like to kick people for no reason.
Oh,
But I don't know. I don't know Izzy that well. I know that Izzy's the one that kind of started this white glove thing.
His
'Cause-
PayPal.
and second
I
of
want to
all-
see his PayPal. I want to see if
what
any
would-
$20 have been transferred.
yeah, he gets
Yeah?
sent sandwiches by people by DoorDash. And second, I know this because he was talking about it. And second of all, he also banned me from the blowback store for no reason.
okay. Are you?
Yeah,
what
like-
other servers are you banned from?
Oh, I was just it. Those two servers because
Okay.
Izzy's in them. Yeah, I'm not banned from Docs or Bunks because Izzy doesn't have admin or mod because no one trusts him there.
Okay. Okay.
Can't
fair
believe
enough.
this. This started
Alright.
off as an interview, and we've just broken the story of the
I
century.
don't think we've broken anything, Beavers.
Yeah, I think you have broken start. Like I'm like I got kicked and like people are just like, yeah, I really don't care. Oh well.
All right. Well,
I'm like-
crazy. Sorry that you got hacked, but I really hope you think twice before clicking weird links. And I'm sorry about whatever drama you've been getting into.
I'm not paying
But-
$20. I don't got money.
Yeah, but you're a weird.
Stand your ground.
You're a weird guy. But I wish you the best. You are entertaining. We wanted you to get on a Tard Court and talk about this with Scumstar and Ninja, the other guys that got hacked. But I guess you were asleep when we unbanned you.
Yeah, I was actually just dead asleep. I was like, when I heard about the Sperg, I'm like, damn, I'm asleep. I wanted to do that shit. I'm like, man, this would be fun to do.
Are you friends with Scumstar? He's the one who clicked your link and scanned the QR code.
Honestly, I think I might have talked to him twice.
Ugh.
So maybe an acquaintance almost.
Yeah.
What they did.
I
One of
I
you
mean-
had to have done something to want to see this link.
Well, you heard
Right?
Crazy. He said he used to talk shit to women all the time. Maybe that's what it was, right? That's what he thought.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm like,
Or-
man, who? And I'm like, man, is there an entire list of shit I can get off of people for blackmailing them?
I
That was
don't
my
know.
message.
All right. Core Beavers, anything else you want to ask?
I disavow the blackmailing thing, just to
Yeah.
make that clear. The
Very
podcast
clear.
is not responsible for anything that this crazy fucker says.
Yeah, this is an obvious disavow, right? This whole thing is a disavow from the beginning. Beavers, you got anything else?
I think we need to launch an investigation into the Clip Live Discord
I
server.
don't.
Oh,
You're gonna put,
honestly, I kind of agree because some of the admins are just kind of admin views. The only admin I'm really friends with is Polis and AC.
Okay, well, we can't win that fight, buddy. All right.
Okay.
And if AC's in there, you know it's corrupt.
AC's the leader of the Clip Live server. Okay, he started it.
Oh God!
He started it all. All
Yeah, I
right,
know.
crazy. Anything else you want to say before I let you go?
Yeah. If you get scammed, it's probably what you deserved it.
Did you deserve it, crazy?
Probably. I probably did something in the past. I probably got someone angry.
Okay. There you go. All right, there you go. Thank you for crazy coming on, and now we go back to all of us.
All right, cool.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Crazy.
So you just listened to Crazy Toxic. You were not there for that. You listened to the recording. What did you think of it?
All right. I want to know how he got sent this DM, right? And he's like, "Oh, this server looks fun. How does it look fun? What part of this looks fun? You get a DM attached to it saying that you did something to some girl. Like what? Yeah, oh, this looks really fun.
I don't know. His whole thing was he just wants to get blackmail information on people. I believe.
Yeah. And then Beavers was trying to shit on me for, you know,
Not being there.
no, trying to
Oh.
figure out what you did to get that DM because nobody would send that DM unprovocatively, right? Like you had to do something, right, Beavers?
I didn't do anything.
What did you do to the woman?
I didn't do anything.
What did
But
you do to her?
you fucking wanted me to click that link, you little shit.
I don't know what you're talking. I just wanted to
All
know.
right. Matt was being a G. Matt was like, "Hey, bro, there's this thing
was like-
going around. Watch out. Fucking toxic. What the fuck did you do?"
It was your guilty conscience, you know. You had one good side and one bad
That
side.
wasn't my
Which one do you
guilty
believe?
conscience. It was you trying to trick me. Don't try and fucking
No,
gaslight me.
No, but
I know what happened. Toxic.
What was
I know
this?
what happened.
We're going to war with Clip Live now. Is that what we're doing?
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's brought up like one of the mods.
Oh
kept kicking
shit! I
him,
forgot
and-
about that shit. Yeah, Beaver's trying to start a war with Clip Live because he's going after one of the mods.
Yeah, like Beavers,
Oh,
you
apparently they're
realize,
extorting people.
but they're a bunch of Spergs, all right.
Yeah.
We're like Mormons compared to them.
Yeah, we're on our own little boat. They're on this massive like tanker, and they're fucking like screaming and throwing shit and like putting
Yeah.
gasoline in the ocean. So we just want to stay on our boat over here. We don't want them coming over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you know, we can have a little bit of we can duke it out.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, I mean, you better wear
just-
your floaties or you're gonna drown.
Listen, all right, crazy. He's kind of a retard, all right. Yeah, his words hold the same weight as a balloon. Like, I cannot take this guy seriously at all. And I also think it's really weird how majority of the people who fell for this virus in the Shop from the Point servers, I like how most of them are Mexican. I think that we need to work on the Mexican education system, you know,
Wait.
throw a couple internet safety courses.
Well,
Scum-
you're either
Scum
saying
Star
you're either
Mexican?
saying that Mexicans are retards, or you're saying that Mexicans are sex offenders. Which hill are
Yeah.
you dying on, Toxic?
What I'm saying is, all right,
Which hill are you dying on?
instead of worrying about Mexico City's pollution, I think they should be worried about internet safety courses.
Because they're sex offenders, or because they can't read? Which hill are you dying on, Toxic?
Both.
So wait, is
Well,
Scumstar Mexican?
Probably.
So
fell
three
for it.
people fell
He's
for
just
it.
like, yeah, it's got a name. His name's Scumstar, and he fell for it. He's probably Mexican.
So it was
Fuck it.
crazy. Crazy fell for it. Scumstar literally had to Google how to do a QR code and got hacked. And then you got Ninja, who not the Twitch star Ninja, some just rando
Yeah,
in the
he
Discord
fell
named Ninja. He clicked the link and was asking why he got sent this or something like that. We were like, no, we just warned you already that these links are going out. And he's like, well, no, Crazy didn't send it to me. Scumstar did. And we're like, no, it's going around, buddy. But luckily, I think he changed his password. So
Yep. A couple of internet safety courses, you know, this won't happen anymore.
the funniest part about this is our buddy Shadow Humor, who we interviewed for episode 10. He didn't click the link, but he did say at CrazyN007, what was that DM about? I'm not joining your gay little server. Hey, I don't know what happened, or it's no, he's doing the copy pasta. Or no, he's not doing the copy pasta. He's copying and pasting it, and
Yeah,
John
good
Bon
copy
Jovi's like,
pasta.
John Bon Jovi's like, you are all retarded. And Shadow Humor said, what the fuck is that? And John Bon says, you've been exposed as a creep. Shadow's like,
Yeah,
exposed to what? John says, you can scan the QR code to see what it's about. Do it, bro. And Shadow's like, lol, it's hard to take a mentally retarded person seriously. And John says, yeah, but she's still your mother, so you need to try. Okay,
Do
so
you ever
John's,
wonder, like, how these people genuinely fall for stuff like this?
No.
When they... Okay, never mind. What beavers?
Yeah, they did something. They legit did something. I'm 100% convinced that these people have done something. Like
Probably,
they can
actually.
say it's about like trolling or getting blackmail material. Nah, you motherfuckers did something. You don't click that link unless you've done something.
I don't know. Like, yeah, maybe they've done something, or it's just curiosity, or I don't know, retardation.
But
I think it's autism.
I think a bit of retardation came into play because the thing that tipped me off, right, was, well, I was never gonna click it, but the thing that really tipped me off is like it said that there were 800 members in the server.
Yep.
And I'm like, why would 800 people be in this server? It's just, did all the
800
creeps stick
retards.
around? Did the
I guess.
creeps stick around, bro?
Yeah, I think I don't know. I like they stuck around and they just decided to party in the Discord server and just mute the notifications.
Maybe that Discord server is like really based. What do you guys think?
I don't know. Find
'Cause,
out.
like if all the creeps went there, you know they've got like good ass memes and stuff like that.
No, actually, they probably have some really terrible
Cheese
memes.
pizza?
Yeah, probably a little bit of that. I don't think
Yeah. I don't
vegans
think I
would
want
want
to
to
go
enter
there
there.
anymore.
Yeah,
I might be a vegan.
nope.
Matt, are you a vegan?
I sure hope so.
No.
No, you like cheese
Do you
pizza?
like cheese?
Yeah, man.
Wait, what did I just walk into? I wasn't listening. What happened?
Well,
What?
do you like
No, you said you're not a vegan. So
not
you
a
like
do you like
cheese, then.
cheese
I like
pizza?
I like pepper jack cheese.
Pizza?
I
Oh,
like
pizza?
like the pizza you buy at Pizza Hut,
Okay, but
Cheese
that has
pizza?
cheese on it, right?
but I like the tomato sauce and
Cheese
I like
pizza?
black olives and
So
mushrooms.
if I gave you some cheese pizza, would you partake?
I would go to Pizza Hut with you and I would order a sausage pizza.
So you would go to Pizza Hut to get some cheese
Sausage
pizza?
pizza, huh? A sausage pizza. You got a cheese pizza with sausage, huh?
I have that.
Huh,
Are they
Matt?
small sausage?
All right. I don't like this game. I don't like this game we're playing. What is it? Stuffed crust? Those are always good.
Are you
I mean,
gonna stuff the
something might be
crust?
getting stuffed.
Yeah.
I think we should move on. How did we get to this? What are y'all doing? Why are you here? Why are we here? Why are we here? Can someone tell me
I
why we're
love this
here?
podcast.
I zoned out. Why the fuck are we here? All right, I was getting some DMs. I was answering some DMs, and we were talking about cheese pizza. Can we stop? Thank
This is
you.
a very serious podcast, Matt, and you're like not paying attention and DMing people.
Well, I just all right. Like every time this happens, all the time. We do a podcast, and people start DMing me. All right,
Are you
I
serious,
don't fucking
Matt?
hear it. I get that I'm the guy who talks all the time,
Are you
and you
not
guys
paying
need
attention,
me
Matt?
to do the podcast. But sometimes I got to be quiet.
We don't
can't
need
do
you,
He's
that.
the
but whenever you
crux
come,
of the podcast.
I'm
Yeah,
the
you're-
draw. I'm
yeah,
the
Matt,
draw.
you come back and you're not paying attention. Yeah,
Come back.
Yeah,
Whatever.
buddy.
I did a well. You know what? All right. What other drama happened in the pre-server?
I don't know.
Australians
You got
are
the
at it
list,
again.
bitch.
Can we argue that Toxic not being here for 5 days really crippled the podcast for a little while?
yeah.
I'm not
Matt
gonna
got
lie.
Matt.
Yeah,
An
yeah,
actual
no, we
cripple.
have Matt though, right?
Well,
Yeah. Matt
Well-
did his one-man show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I heard about
literally.
that.
He
By
recorded
the way,
a now
guys,
recording.
I was here. I was here for that, and he didn't invite me.
you were not there. I literally
Matt.
said emergency podcast, and you didn't say anything.
said like one message. He's like,
you
emergency
guys gonna give
podcast.
context?
All right, I'm
I
gonna
had
go
sh-
do it.
I had shit
No
I got to do.
context?
All right, so Toxic was out on vacation. Beavers, you weren't around, and I think Core was out as well. So I was talking to Jalyn in the DMs. I've been talking to her for the past couple weeks, trying to set up a debate between her and AC. She seemed down, and then like after a while, it kind of wore off, and then everyone started talking about her again. So I was like, "Hey, look, you want to talk about your side of the story? Come on, let's do it. Let's go talk about your side. I'll like interview you, and we'll do something." And then I was thinking like, okay, well, Jalen's a tough interview because they don't really talk that much in my experience. So I asked her like, look, would it be okay? I can't find any of my co-hosts. I can't find Tox is gone, Beaver's gone, Core's gone. Can I bring in a substitute? Can I bring in AC? And she's like, okay, yeah, that's cool. So I brought in AC, and
You
we
brought
ended
in someone who doesn't like her at all.
up. I brought in a person who has a lot of issues with her, and they ended up having a pretty interesting discussion. This discussion ended up rolling over into Doc on the radio stream the next hour or so after the podcast, because fucking I didn't think Jalyn would go on Doc on the radio, and then she did. So I don't I don't know. I thought I was gonna get the Jalyn scoop, but I didn't. But nonetheless, I had I had an interesting conversation, and I just want to say that she did a really good job talking. She did a
For the
really good
most
job
part.
verbally speaking, because every time I've had a conversation with her before this podcast, she would Toxic, ask me a question.
Matt, do you like cheese pizza? Yeah, you're thinking about it, aren't you? Yeah. Uh-huh.
No.
He's
You don't wanna
thinking
admit
about
to
that
it?
stuff
Yeah.
crust.
No, I don't. All right, thanks for ruining the bit. All right, cool. All right, so anyways, we get Jalyn, we get AC, and you're about to listen to that right now. Here we go. Hey AC, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Yo, what's up? All right, we're recording right now. I'm just gonna start asking Jalyn questions, and AC, if you want to start saying stuff, go for it. What's your opinion on the commentary community now?
I'd say the community is very, very toxic, and
How's-
like 50% of the people in this community are all pedophiles and groomers.
You'd say 50%?
Like half the people. That's an over exaggeration, but like good majority, the small commentary people. Anyway, a lot of the people who went after me at the start, they've all been outed as like freaks and degenerates.
Is it possible to give me a couple names by chance?
I don't know these people's names, but I just see threads all the time like this person did this person did that, and it's just crazy.
So so you say the commentary community is pretty toxic, and my major criticism of you would be that you like to be edgy, correct? You've done a lot of edgy jokes in the past, right?
Yeah, being edgy's fun.
Yeah, you like being edgy. I think the community likes being edgy. So, is there a difference between being toxic and being edgy? Like, what's the difference there, in your opinion?
I mean, making edgy jokes doesn't really harm anyone, first of all. Like if I make a joke like I don't know. I'm looking for an example. What's something edgy I tweeted out recently?
You post a lot of like Hitler jokes. I think you posted a couple black jokes here and there.
Yeah,
that I've seen.
that's not really like harmful to anyone.
Right.
But what the line is, let's say I don't know, join someone's Discord call and I start calling them the N-word. That's a little bit different. If I'm like actually being racist towards
yeah?
a person and not just making a joke. Just
Do you
saying
think
the N-word is
also
not
threat-
racist.
I guess
by the
you'd
way.
also say like threatening somebody to like kill them or something would also be like over the line, right? To be toxic. I think it'd be toxic.
I mean, it depends. It depends.
Oh, it depends.
On the
Okay.
context, yeah.
I see. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like AC, I'm literally gonna come to your house and I'm joking. I'm not gonna finish that because everything I say gets clipped and recorded out of context.
So you brought up an example at one point. I'm trying to find the screenshot. where you said something like I'm going to eliminate all conservatives or something, and it was a Vosh joke, right?
I messaged this guy from Bunk server and said, "You'll be the first to die when the conservatives try to take over." And they responded, question mark, and I replied with a picture of Bosch.
Right. So
that's a reference to Rose Millette. That's what that's a reference to.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying is you're being clipped out of context because you're trying to make jokes and they're taking you seriously. Am I getting the point?
Yeah,
there?
Basically.
Okay. So when you do this, right, it seems to me, in my opinion, when I've seen you do stuff like this on Twitter, there's a spiral. You make jokes about religion, stuff like that. And by the way, I don't give a fuck. You can make as many jokes about religion as you want to. I got no issue with that. I don't even think AC has issue with that. But I don't know. Something happens on your Twitter since I've been following you over the past, I don't know, 8 to 8 months since December. You start to like kind of spiral and you start to like overtweet and get very emotional on Twitter, and then you end up either leaving or B tweeting something unhinged or mask off that gets your account suspended. What's your thought process on when you do stuff like that?
Complete utter retardation, panic, basically.
So you panic.
It's like obviously not like a what's the word? It's not like I'm not really thinking things through what I'm saying. It's just like in the moment like panic, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? Like fuck all you people, what the fuck do you want from me? Why the fuck are you saying this about me? This is not true. And it's like it's just panic.
Okay. So it's like you would you say you're a bit too emotionally attached to this?
Probably, yeah.
So it's like you get very emotionally attached to what you're saying, what people are saying against you, and the joke is lost at that point. The joke is lost and you just spiral, right?
I mean, I get emotionally attached when people are like attacking me.
Yeah. But it's just the thing where like I get that people have said pretty horrible things to you, right? But there's also, like people make jokes as well, and I don't know where the line is for you. You know what I mean? Because you say edgy stuff and you're part of the trans community and all that stuff, but it's like, can you do both? Can you defend your can you be like you're being transphobic, stuff like that, while also being edgy at the same time? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you can. I think there's a difference.
Okay. What's the difference? Like, what, in your opinion, what should you do? Like, where's the line?
Okay, here's an example, right? Let's just say I call someone retarded on Twitter. Okay, that's one thing, right? That's being edgy. But then if I go, I don't know, to like a mental hospital and I'm like recording all of them and being like, haha, you're retarded, you have a mental disability, that would be the far point. That would be way too far. Because I'm actually like bullying people. I'm actually attacking a group of people, whereas before I wasn't attacking anyone. I just was being edgy.
Right. So okay. So what you're
Like
basically
let's say I DM you, right? Just
Yeah.
out of the blue, and I'm like, you should die because you're religious.
Okay.
Would that not be too far than me making a joke about religious people on Twitter?
Right. Yeah, I would agree with you. I would say DMing somebody and personally attacking them and telling them to kill themselves or that they should die, that's probably over the line. Do you get a lot of those DMs?
Yeah, all the time. Like my Twitter's filled with those.
Okay. Why do you think that's is it, do you think it's because you're trans, or do you think it's because your emotional attachment to your community, or do you think it's something else?
I don't know, to be honest. I think it's a mix of a lot of things. I mean, like Keffels retweeted me yesterday, and just that alone was enough to get people in my like comments and messages.
Right. So, and you're pro Keffels, by the way?
Yes, I'm a proud member of the KK Keffels cult.
Okay, and you're pro Rose Millette as well, right?
Yeah.
These two we're at odds against each other. So is it just like they're both trans, so they're both I support both of them because we're all trans at the end of the day?
No, it's because I can like see them as individual people and not like what they believe.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, Rose Millette believes this crazy thing. Holy shit, they're a horrible person. I'm just gonna attack them. Like, no, they're a person, and like, I don't know. That's just kind of how I view a lot of people.
Right. Okay. Where do you see this going? Like, do you see yourself like stepping back from this and maybe like not reacting to all of this all the time? Because I feel like that you did a thing where you left Twitter for a while, right? And you stayed in Discord, but you came back, and it's almost like we're back to square one again. Like, where do you see yourself going from here? Do you think you're going to be able to step back from this and try not to like react to all these people and give them what they want, or do you think you're just going to keep doing this? And
I don't know. The thing was, I left Twitter, right?
Yeah.
And then I came back with an edgy mindset. But then I started getting like involved in all this like progressive political shit at the same time. And so I don't know, it's kind of been all
Yeah,
over the place.
let me go back real
But
quick. How did you find like what made you get so progressive? Because I've heard you talk about you were very, very, very edgy, right? And then you came out as trans, and you kind of have more of a progressive stance. Was there any inspirations to this? Were you watching somebody that kind of changed your mind on stuff, or was there anything that kind of like led you to this route, or was this just a decision on your own?
people I followed a lot of like progressive like trans accounts. A lot of
Okay.
friends I had were pretty progressive. And then I started actually getting into like the, political like content. I started watching like Hunter Avalone because he would make videos like debating Christian people. And
Yeah.
that's kind of what I was interested in at first.
That explains
But
a
then
lot.
I heard like how he had been converted to leftism or whatever through a Vosh debate. So I watched the Vosh debate, and then after that I started watching Vosh's content, and then it kind of
Okay.
like spiraled from there.
Okay. And now, when you get into these discords, you find yourself in these fights, right? And I was shown screenshots of stuff of you saying stuff like, "Oh, I'm going to get you fired from your work."
Yeah,
Uh,
none of that was serious. I mean,
so you
this
don't,
is
yeah,
the bunk Discord server where everyone's like edgy and like
yeah,
this is the same Discord server where everyone's like, "Oh, you're part of the KKK Keffels cult. Keffels is racist." Like everyone in there is just like sarcastic and joking around, and then I don't know. It's kind of confusing and hard for me to follow sometimes whether people are joking or not.
yeah,
But I was not being serious, and like it can be hard to tell, I guess, when I'm being serious or joking or not. Like if I say right now, I fucking hate you and I want to fucking kill you and your entire family. Does that sound serious? Did that
no,
sound serious or
no,
sarcastic?
no. I think I was told, and I could be wrong here, but that you were in a call with people, and they were saying you were sounding unhinged. Now, I could be wrong. Again, I'm hearing this from secondhand people. Was there a call you were in, like a voice call, voice chat, bunk server? Any of that sound familiar?
So I had like a spat with Aiden on Twitter, and I have no way to like contact this guy. I've tried a few times. I don't know like what's his deal, but it's like hard to contact him. But I wanted to get in contact with him, so I joined the Bunk server VC to just ask Bunk how to get in contact with him. And then all of a sudden, there's a bunch of other people in the chat who are in the VC who just immediately out of nowhere just start talking shit and saying a bunch of like fucked up shit. And then I leave at that point. I leave. But then I'm like, oh shit. Well, I came here to contact Aiden. So I jump into the call again, and I'm like, okay. I'm being serious here. How do I contact Aiden? And then they just keep like bashing me basically. And then eventually I'm just like, fuck you. And then we start, I guess, like debating or whatever. I don't really even remember what it was about. But eventually I say something like, I'm gonna find where you work. I'm gonna get you fired. You're gonna go homeless and die or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like that was just like being edgy, and I thought it'd be like clear that that's like not serious, because who would do that? Like, you think I'm really gonna find where this guy works and get him fired so he goes homeless and dies? Like, how does anyone take that seriously?
Right. So what you were saying is they were shitting on you, so you were just like matching their energy.
Yeah, that's literally it.
Right. Okay. Let's talk about VidCon real quick. You were at VidCon, and I saw some tweets you were making where you were having issues basically adapting to the IRL social interactions with them. You said you were being really quiet, stuff like that, and that was bothering you a lot. I've also seen screenshots of you possibly talking about like maybe you were convinced that people were out to get you. Is there any truth to that?
That was like a moment of bad judgment, I guess. I don't know. That was a schizo moment. I went
Okay.
schizo.
You went schizo. So you don't stand by anything of the stuff you said there?
No. See, I had thought, okay, so here's the thing, right? Augie for some reason invites me to this like party. This is like literally the first time I've ever like been invited to something like that. And it's like I figured all these guys like hated me due to our like interactions on the internet. And it's just like a very surreal experience. I meet like Turkey Tom, and I meet everyone basically.
Yeah.
And I'm just like kind of like sitting there, not really like engaging with anyone. Few people try to have a conversation. I don't really know what the heck I'm doing. And then eventually Augie and like Aiden and the people I know leave, so I end up leaving, and I feel bad for leaving, but I guess no one really cared. It just gets to the point where I'm like paranoid every social interaction I get that I'm like screwing it up somehow. And people are telling me, I think like Mango and them are telling me, no, you're good. I think Augie even tells me that like no, like you're completely fine, right? And then I'm just like talking on Discord, and then all of a sudden AC's like, so I hear you were like a catatonic retard, and I was like, oh, of course that's what everyone thought of me, so it set me off. But Augie told me that no one said anything, that AC just made all that up.
Okay, AC, do you have anything to say about that?
I did actually hear that from somebody who was physically there. They didn't say you're a catatonic retard. They said that you just refused to talk and you wouldn't talk to anybody. And you yourself also admitted that you didn't like really talk to anybody and you didn't really engage with anybody. So obviously, to say a catatonic retard is a hyperbole for humor's sake, just to roast you and to make fun of you. I get, and it's interesting too. Constantly, you will go on and on, prattle on about how, well, nobody else can tell when I'm joking, and now I have to go out of my way to show everybody that I'm joking or preface this with this is a joke. Well, doesn't I mean, it doesn't really make it doesn't really help out your argument if you can't tell when other people are fucking joking. You can't tell when other people are spoofing you or making fun of you or just using it as the butt of a joke. And then it seems to lead into these little feuds that you get where you decide you're going to fire back. And then when you fire back, you hide behind the fact that it's the idea that it's a joke. And every time and time again, this constantly happens. I get Augie said that to you. I don't really believe that he was genuine in saying that to you. I believe that he was saying that to get you off of his back. And to basically avoid some sort of weird incident where you blow up and then you start going after him or other people, because you do that a lot. You do that with anybody who even makes a comment on you online. So Augie just is trying to defuse the situation because he doesn't want to deal with it, because he's having fun on VidCon weekend or whatever. And obviously it doesn't seem like you know how to have fun or how to chill with anybody. You seem like a really grating person. Yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about that.
AC, you got to, excuse me, Jalyn, do you have a response?
Yeah, I think you should jump off a cliff. slash J.
Do you feel annoyed by that you have to say slash J, Jalyn?
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I can kind of make it funny. I can be like,
I think
kill
every
yourself
time you say a
slash
joke
J.
like that,
I don't know.
every time you say you say a joke like that, let's assume I'm going to say it's a joke, right? I'll concede that. Every time you say something like that, it's a lot different, I think, than if you were making a joke about somebody that you like. And you're using this as sort of this mechanism to kind of hide behind where you don't actually like somebody, but you
Well,
get
yeah,
away with saying that as a joke. And
people literally do that same thing to me. Like you example, right? You say I couldn't tell that you were like joking or whatever when you called me a catatonic retard. But like obviously coming from you, that's not like a playful joke. That's you being an asshole because you don't like me.
I think it's funnier because you get upset by it, and it it really activates your almonds, so to speak. There's this. It's the same thing when we were in the call, and everybody there was saying something that seemed like obvious common sense, where they were talking you down and saying nobody actually hates you. Nobody hates you to this point where they're plotting against you, and nobody wants to like foil you and to make you look bad. Nobody wants to like get nobody wants to make a conspiracy towards that. And then I just said, jokingly, I said, Jalyn, I disagree with everybody here. I actually think it's a mass conspiracy in order to get your YouTube account and to steal all your million subs or whatever you have. And then you immediately after that, you went back to these people in the DMs and you said, this is what you said. You said that you nearly burnt bridges with these people because of that comment that I made. And then you demanded that I clarify whether I was serious or not, which is absurd to me that I would have to clarify that. Even if I don't really like you, I don't
think
actually
it's
wish anything bad for you.
Hold on. I think it's pretty clear that I'm literally retarded. Like I think that's kind of obvious.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't genuinely wish anything bad for you. But you make it very hard to like sympathize and to feel like, oh, I need to go easy on Jalyn. I need to maybe stop coming from a place of trolling. When I make these jokes and when I make these jabs. When you constantly do this thing where you will say, well, not only just me, but you'll slander other people. You'll say things. You'll make claims about other people when you don't have any proof to back them up. Great example.
Is this something you would do to someone IRL who's like anxious and probably fucking retarded? Would you troll them?
Well, I probably
and
wouldn't be
fuck with
friends
them?
with you, and I wouldn't want to interact with you IRL at all, to be quite honest.
Well, I probably wouldn't want to interact with you either IRL.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I don't think you're capable of that, judging by the VidCon thing. So, but you've made these claims about other people that are just outrageous, and no people in general can't tell if was it a joke when you claimed that one guy Austin No Powers was a doxer because you had Keffels DM you something about a Kiwi Farms thread, and then you went off of that, and then
that was a misunderstanding.
See,
So like
how many miscommunications?
Okay, hold on.
Get?
My knowledge of Kiwi Farms is that it's like a doxing forum, and I've only heard about it through like Chris Chan and like Keffels telling me things, and leftists like saying that this is like a horrible like doxing platform. So Keffels just like messages me one day out of the blue, like, "Yo, this person you follow posted about me on Kiwi Farms." So I assumed that that's what she was talking about, that he had like doxed her or something.
Do you actually have any like personality or thoughts of your own, or are you just a lemming following these people because I follow them on Twitter and they said that I've heard leftists, people that I agree with politically, say things about Kiwi Farms, and I'm not going to actually check to see if that's real or to see how much credence there is to that. I'm just going to roll with it, and then I'm going to bring this up to somebody in Bunk's chat, and then my bad, it's a miscommunication. Well, obviously you should be a lot more careful with these things and fucking do your research. Why don't you like actually think for yourself?
Why would I need to do that? I'm not making fucking video on it.
This isn't even saying I say do your research, but me calling this research is very generous. It's not research.
It's to have a better
basic,
yeah.
It's a basic fact check. It literally is like you can figure it out for yourself. You can maybe even listen to the opposing opinion. Maybe listen to the opposing side's opinion, because everything you've said to me just dictates. It shows me that you kind of are in this echo chamber where you've never gotten out ever since you fell into it.
I mean,
And
I
then
used to be on the other side's echo chamber.
Yeah, I don't care. Every side has an echo chamber. That's not even the point, is that you used to be on the other side's echo chamber. It's that
Minecraft
you're
radicalized me.
you're in this like you're in this situation where it seems comfortable, where you don't have to think outside of the box that you live in and that you contain all of your like purview of the world in. And that's like the biggest, I think that's a huge problem for you, and it causes a lot of people to like not know how to interact with you. More so than you might not know how to interact with other people. They don't know how to interact with you because you'll say these things, you'll do these things, and it's jarring to people. There'll be no, impetus for it. It'll just be out of the blue, And maybe it literally has something to do with. I believe you have autism, right?
I have no idea.
What do you mean you have no idea?
I'm anxious.
What?
So you just have anxiety? You're not autistic?
I don't think so. I mean, it's
Okay,
like a
so you've never been
meme I'm
diagnosed,
adopting now
I mean.
because people keep saying I do, but I don't think I do.
Okay, so then I at this point, that's another thing that's jarring, is that I guess you don't understand like the social interaction between people because of anxiety, and not necessarily because like of autism or something like that, where I can attribute to that and be like, oh well, you can't dictate the social cue. You can't say this guy is talking to me like this guy's joking, and that like how do most people interact with that? If it's like I can't tell, will you even know if I'm joking? Will you even know if I'm just making a little jab at you or serious right now? Will other people be able to like return the favor if you can't tell that for them? Like what? That's another problem with you doing the thing about saying the stuff about how like, oh well, I know what is the limit of the edginess. Do you really, or do you just kind of imitate what you see from other people and then hope it works out for you? And it's like this arbitrary limit, because
That's
I
what the
mean,
mask is.
you do say like stuff like genociding Christians, genociding this and that, or you'll bring up
Based?
Christianity
That's
in
called
like when
being based.
yeah, I get it, you're joking, but yeah, you'll bring up like Christianity for like no reason in the middle of it of any like conversation with people. I've seen that happen time and time again in bunk server without me even being there, which is impressive because I kind of thought, oh, that's just for me. No, that's just how you act.
Yeah, half the time I'm joking. Like I'll literally say, "So guys, religion, right?" And then all of a sudden everyone turns into like this huge ass debate, and they're like, "No, shut the fuck up before we ban you."
Well, you say you're joking.
It's like I'm just joking.
Yeah, I get it. You're a jokester. You say you're joking. You're quite the comedian. Have you ever
Yeah,
considered?
I do. I do joke a lot.
Have you ever considered working on your material, because it sucks? It just apparently it's just not funny.
That's what she said last night.
Yeah. See?
Oh no, I personally find it hilarious.
Oh, I bet.
All right, so Jalyn, I did want to ask you something real quick. We had a back and forth on Twitter about a month and a half ago, maybe, where you told me I was a clout chasing on Tommy C's dick, and then you deleted the tweet maybe like a couple seconds later. Was that just like shit talk? I felt it was, but I don't know.
Yeah, that was probably just shit talk. I don't
Yeah.
even remember that at this point.
Yeah, fair. I mean, fair enough. Yeah. I went on Dave's stream and chat on you, like, because I just thought it was like fun back and forth. I don't know. What's your major issue? Like, do you want to like mend this bridge with the commentary community, AC, Doc, all these guys? Like, do you want to be friends with them, or do you see them as like racist or homophobes or transphobes? Like, where do you see these guys?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I'd be fine being friends with them. It's just like I don't know if I would get shit for that from the other side. So it's like I gotta be careful.
So you're afraid of criticism from the Keffels side, right? That side.
Keffels is my supreme leader. I would never say anything bad about Keffels.
But just be real. You are afraid that you're going to get criticism from like that side of the.
I'm afraid of getting criticism from literally everyone. I think that's kind of obvious.
Okay, see, that's the issue. Why are you so afraid of getting criticism? You're a YouTuber.
That's just like my nature, I guess.
But it's so weird that like a YouTuber does YouTube, no matter what they do, they're going to get criticism. Like people are going to criticize you for anything, Jalyn, whether it's your videos or the way you talk or what you talk about or how you cover trending topics. That happens to everybody. Augie, Doc, Bo Blacks, Nicholas Diorio, Tommy.
Yeah,
Keenan
and a lot
Star.
of time I'll see like all you guys be like, you'll reply to someone and be like, "Fuck you, kill yourself," right? But when I do it, I'm the only one who gets shit for that.
Well, no, I don't even think it. I don't think it's that. You kind of, like I said, I don't think Augie ever really spirals. I don't think Nick spirals. Like you kind of spiral. You get too emotionally attached to it, and it just feels too real to you. If that makes sense. And instead of it just being you shitting on a hater, it's you fucking like just like totally burning your fucking Twitter account because like someone's arguing with you about you saying that God's not real, or something like that. Or you being criticized about, your Minecraft videos. I don't know. It's just like you seem to take this so personally, while opposed to Augie, who doesn't really take it personally. He just, I don't know. He just likes to like shit on people back. And I feel like at the same time, like if people are criticizing you so much and you feel this kind of way, why not make it? Why not put that in your content? Why not make your channel about some of that stuff where like some guy keeps shitting on you or they're pissing you off or something? Why not make a video on them and just dunk on them?
Well,
Or
because that just causes like more drama than like I've done that before, right? I've made videos on people like Brazo or whatever, and then a bunch of other people make videos, and it's just like I don't know. I kind of prefer to make one-off videos and leave things the way they are.
it seems to me, right? Like you've had issues with like say lyrics, right? And then you guys were like chill for a while, and then you
I think we still are chill. I don't know.
chill, yeah. So like
Well, I made some jokes about his like anime fetish, and he unfollowed
we all
me.
have.
So
We all have. It's okay. But no, the whole thing with lyrics though is y'all were chill. But he was saying pretty mean things to you. You were saying pretty mean things to him, and you guys were able to like just be chill with each other. So I mean, I think that's. Don't you think that's a possibility? Like these people that are saying horrible things about you or saying shit to you are basically trying to say it to you to get a rise out of you. So you start tweeting about them and you get in an argument with them and you get in a debate with them and they get to shit on you more.
yeah, it's definitely possible, but it's just like in the moment, I cannot think like that.
Right. So, is there any mechanisms that you use where you just back off from it? Then, like, do you think you need to back off from this and just make
Yeah,
videos?
I guess maybe I could like delete Twitter. I could
I
do
mean,
that.
I'll be honest with you. I enjoy reading your. I think your Twitter account's interesting. Like, I like reading the shit you get into. It's fun. It's fun covering it. But I don't know. Like, well, there's AC. Do you remember the issue Jalyn had with Doc on the radio, where Doc made a video on her?
Yeah, I do. Doc made a video about a lot of the perceived meltdowns and everything. And
Yeah.
That was a horrible video, by the way.
Are you just saying that because it's
No,
about
that guy's a complete moron. So like he's
Are you saying
posting
that because
the
he's
reason
like
he made the
far-right
video in the first place, right? He's posting on his Twitter saying this like dream allegations is true and he's gonna do a Sperg alert like live stream on allegations as if they're true. Right? So I'm just like friendly, just being like, hey, do not cover this. And I tell a bunch of people that are like running with the story as if it's true, hey, do not cover this because it's not true. So I make a video debunking like step by step everything that's in this like thread calling Dream a groomer, and then he makes a video saying that I'm a hypocrite for doing that.
That's it.
Yeah, that was basically his video.
I don't necessarily think it was all about the dream stuff.
Well, that's the reason he made it. He
You-
talked
so
about
you're
other
just
things
taking
in
that
it, but that's the reason he made it.
because
That
like
was
everything
what
seems to
prompted
be
him
like
to make the video.
because you're like soft reporting the fact that there are these people in Clipped Live that are saying mean things about White Glove. which is there's no joke there. You were actually upset about that, and that's why you took a screenshot.
Yeah, because it was like fucked up. They're like a bunch of people in there telling this person to like kill themselves, like unironically, like seriously.
There were not a bunch of people in there, and that was
there was a bunch of people in there.
No,
yeah, there was.
There were a bunch of people in there.
I was
not telling them to
literally
kill themselves
in the server as it was going down, as it was happening.
Yeah, I was there too. I made the fucking server, buddy. Okay, there was like a handful of people that were making like the edgier fucking jokes that were over the line, and somebody put a poll up and said, "Should White Glove kill them?" And like
that poll
it got
had
like
5 votes, by the way.
It got 5
exactly.
Yeah,
so there's at least 5 people in the chat at the same time telling this person to kill themselves.
Straw poll for an off-color fucking joke. You think that they like actually are going to bed and thinking like, "Man, I sure hope I wake up in the morning and White Glove is dead." You're like, this is exactly the point that I was trying to make before. You don't fucking understand when something's an off-color joke or something.
Do you think White Glove is a mentally stable person?
No, but I don't think
handle
that
a bunch of people
risk.
telling them to
I
kill
don't think they're a suicide risk.
You think they could handle that?
I don't think they're a suicide risk. In fact, I think that they've baited they've tried to bait people with the threats of self-harm. So I don't think they're actual suicide risk whatsoever. And I don't think a straw poll with 5 votes is going to make them really rethink everything and decide to end it tomorrow. Like, you have such a warped perspective of like reality because you fucking you're so extremely online, and you think that everything that happens in the Discord chat is a life or death decision. You think every bad joke is going to actually cause harm. And then meanwhile, you'll make bad jokes left and right, and you don't fucking want to be held accountable for any of them. When all of your bad jokes, usually like the worst jokes, involve like fucking racism or just like death threats and shit. Like,
but
Hitler
was a good guy, though. That's the point I've been trying to make.
And then you do this every time you actually like
because
have something that you got to respond to, because you can't come up with a response because you don't want to be held accountable for anything. You just want to fucking live in a fantasy land where you get to go and do whatever you want, and that there's no consequences.
Honestly, that sounds great. Honestly.
I mean, you're joking, but like you do fucking believe that, because it'd be so much easier.
You know what I believe?
To deal with your anxiety.
Are you a mind
because
reader?
Your anxiety is because you have to be held accountable. Your anxiety is because you have to be held responsible because you're a fucking adult. Welcome to the real world. Like,
who am I being held responsible by?
Literally everybody that has to deal with your shit, that had to deal with your shit daily in the bunk server. It became almost a little meme that it's the daily Jalyn meltdown. Because why? Because you do this shit. You constantly go through this cycle of, well, no, there's a miscommunication. No, I was actually joking. No, well, you can't hold me accountable for that. Just admit that you made a bad joke. Admit that you fucked up. You never admit that you'll do it in this like half-assed way where it's, oh yeah, I'm a retard, huh? Woe is me. Oh yeah, I love Hitler, blah blah blah. But you'll never actually seriously cop to any of this shit. And then you'll turn around and you'll expect other people to seriously cop to anything. You'll like go hold Augie accountable for a fucking server that has Spergs in it. That, by the way, got rid of those Spergs anyways. You were fucking finger wagging and you were tattletaling about it to fucking Twitter in order to
I posted a tweet. Do you know how much I fucking?
Do you
tweet?
know what your following is?
Like, a tweet is not fucking serious to me. I have 600 followers on Twitter right now. And the most followers I've ever had on a Twitter account is 1,000 fucking followers. That's fucking nothing.
Same echo chamber that you're in, that you admit.
What do you mean?
They don't research. They don't give a fuck about the truth. They just follow what some fucking lefty tells them because they share the same political opinions, and then they don't think twice. And then they get in trouble because, oh hey, you operated off of false information. You operated off of a miscommunication. Gee, this seems like a problem.
I think you would fit well in a gas chamber, you know?
Yeah,
what do you think?
It's like every time you're just gonna go
because it's funny. I'm trying to entertain people, right? This is being recorded, right?
Yeah,
I like entertaining people. It's fun.
Right. Like, I get that, and you're being edgy, right? But do you think like the people that like you're kind of on their side with the Keffels thing and stuff? Do you think they're gonna appreciate jokes like that?
Yeah, honestly, they don't like religious people. So if I'm making jokes about like killing religious people, they would think it's base. I mean, it depends. Like you have the like liberals.
You just said Hitler was a good guy, Jalyn.
That was obviously a joke though. But you have like the liberals who like get offended over everything, right?
Yeah.
But then you have the leftists who are just like people on the right who are extremely edgy, right? So they're gonna be fine with it. It's the woke libtards that are not going to be fine with the jokes I make, and those are not the people I'm appealing to.
Most people with a sense of humor will be fine with your jokes because they suck, and you repeat the same 5 jokes over and
Do
over.
they suck?
Again.
I mean, comedy is like subjective. I really don't think a bunch of people harassing a trans person and telling them to kill themselves is funny, but apparently you do. Apparently you don't see a problem with that.
I never said that was funny. Yeah,
But
so
you
I
think that
literally
that's
never said
fine,
that was
though,
funny.
that
No,
people are
I
doing
don't. I
that.
don't think it was
So
fine.
then
That's why
what
those
was wrong
people
with my
banned from the
post
server.
saying, hey, this is kind of messed up that this is happening?
Because we already addressed it and you
Yeah.
left before you could figure anything out. And so once again, you operate off of like fucking half of the information you should actually have. And then also what you're doing there, it fucking literally it seems exactly like you're tattletaling on fucking Augie's server and Augie's fans and Augie's community because you're trying to fucking you're putting it on blast.
Literally no one knew from the screenshot that it was like Augie's fucking server.
Yeah,
You think the Twitter lefties are gonna know that by the screenshot? They're gonna see clipped live, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, Augie RFC, we need to cancel him."
Hold on, Jalyn. Didn't you?
The one tweet
screenshot-
that I actually linked to Augie, I actually deleted because he messaged me and said, "What the fuck are you trying to cancel me?" And I'm like, "No, that's not my intention." So I deleted that one.
What was your intentions though? Because you did like
My intention was to say this is kind of messed up, and this isn't okay that people are like harassing and bullying this person. That was my intent.
But AC again, the people that were doing the really over the line jokes, they were getting either the posts were getting deleted at least, right? Like
Yeah, it was literally
Not
on like
while I was in the server.
It was literally on the first day, like the
Bruh.
first or second fucking day that it opened, and we were dealing with hundreds of people when we had a mod team of like maybe like a handful.
Yeah, I
okay?
think I was like the third or fourth mod, right? Like it
Well,
was
I was
like-
also trying to
and
make a
most of
point
them-
that like people doing streams on this person and like attacking this person is kind of like messed up. I mean, this is the person who said they wouldn't shower for 2 weeks because they got banned from a Discord server. Like,
They've
you
also
think it's okay
threatened
to
people
bully that
multiple
person
times.
or
They
to make
said they were going
streams
to kill
on that person?
Polis. They said they want Polis dead.
Yeah, and that's
They said-
fucked up too.
They
and
Mental
they've
illness.
suicide, and they've tried to like suicide or at least self-harm bait about like getting banned from Discord servers.
Have
No,
they
you don't
baited
get
that?
to. I
How do
don't-
you know? How do you know for
how
sure
do I
that
know
they've
that?
suicide baited?
Because
Because they're not dead? Is that
No,
what you're saying?
Because they specifically did it in order to try to get back into the server. They baited that they were going to hurt themselves if they didn't get back in. That's
I don't
literally
know.
making
Everything
a
I've
threat.
seen,
It's
everything I've
literally
seen of
making
that
a
person
threat.
indicates that they are very mentally ill.
That's
Because people
literally
don't just
making a threat
threaten
in order
to kill other
get what
people
they
if
want.
they're
That's
not
literally like
fucked
saying
in the head.
that's not at all different than that's like hardly different than saying I'm going to hurt another person in order to get what I want. The only difference is that it's themselves. So like that's literally it. That's what baiting is. That's exactly what baiting is. I don't fucking care about your idea. Well, they didn't go through with it. That doesn't necessarily matter. It's the fact that they literally used it as bait in order to get what they want. It can't get simpler than that.
Yeah.
It cannot. Don't
there
mince
are-
words with this, and don't try to fucking do this thing where it's like, well, everybody was coming, ganging up on them. You know what? They're not a private fucking citizen at all. They want to be known and they want attention on them, and then they get it, and then it backfires on them. And then they also say, they've said before, they want negative attention, and that they don't understand how it fucking relates to them, like not being able to make friends. We don't fucking instantly know everything about this person from day one, Jalyn. We don't get to a fucking huge fucking like. There's no ID check when you get into the server, and when we get to background check everything that they've fucking done. It's just
Well,
random
the
people
thing
on
is
the internet,
I tend
and we
to see
can't be held
people
responsible for
as
that, which is
real
exactly your
people
fucking problem.
with
You tried to do
feelings.
it with the Clip Live server, and you want to get us held responsible for those people, and you do it again with the White Glove shit, and you're just fucking immature. You're just a fucking baby. You're like fucking, if you've got all this shit, you've got a successful YouTube channel, you've got all these fucking things, and you don't know how to handle it. And so what do? You misuse it, and you do all of this shit that pisses people off. And you're like, why is everybody pissed off? What does everybody expect of me?
Jesus
They
is
expect me to
dead, by
grow
the
the
way.
fuck up.
Just thought
Alright?
you should
Well,
know
how
that.
old are you? How old are you,
How old are
Jalyn?
you? How old are you? You're spurging at me, dude.
How old are you, Jalyn?
Mad? You mad? You mad?
Yeah, how old are you, Jalyn?
That's sad. Being mad is
You just
sad.
did an interview, right? So
I'm
I mean,
glad that you
can
are
we at least
sad.
know like how old you are? I don't know, because you act like
I'm
you're fucking
20.
12.
I'm 20.
You're 20?
Yes.
Oh God, have mercy.
Jalyn, I did want to say one thing. It is possible for people who, when they don't get what they want, to take any opportunity to try to get it back. And that has been a thing before. A lot of people have done that by baiting.
I mean, I'm
suicide,
just
stuff like
saying
that.
the thing about this community is they like to bully mentally ill people, and I don't think that's okay at
Okay.
all.
Well, I mean, if the mental illness becomes public in the servers, stuff like that, and the story's ridiculous, then I have no issue with people covering stuff like that.
Jalyn, what happens when you say that you want to genocide all like Christians or whatever to a mentally ill Christian? What happens when you say you like white people should die to like a mentally ill white person?
Based,
What do you
that's
think?
what it is.
See,
That's what it's called.
you can't be held accountable for anything. You're actually just a piece of shit. Honestly.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot coming from you, actually.
Yeah, no, I get it. You're
like I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Unironically, you're one of the biggest pieces of shit in the commentary community right now. And I mean, I don't think anybody in the commentary community wants to be associated with you, which is pretty bad for a community which you say is like half pedophiles and fucking schizos or whatever, right? Which, you know, like, what does it say when you're an outcast from that? When you're not even good enough to fucking be associated with that, and people don't want to fucking mention, people don't want to deal with you. You know, you get fucking banned from Twitter every time, and not a lot of people are coming back, Jalyn. Not a lot of people are coming back for your shining personality for anything like that. I guarantee a lot of those people are just coming back to see what happens next with your fucking crazy ass. And this is constantly like it's gonna run out one day, Jalyn. It's gonna run out, and I hope you understand that, because you're not just going to be able to make the same format of commentary videos for the rest of your fucking life and then just live in peace and harmony. Okay, it's just gonna end. YouTube ends for everybody, and they have to figure out how to deal with that. Everybody has to adapt. How are you going to adapt with anything? You can't adapt with a fucking conversation in real life with people at a party that you were invited to, that people want you to be there. So, like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen in the future, Jalyn? What's your future looking like?
I'm going to become a Minecraft YouTuber.
Mm-hmm. You're going to go dream route, eh?
Yeah.
SMP
I'm going to become best friends with Dream.
Yeah.
I'm going to be his Discord kitten, and we're going to make Minecraft videos
I don't know.
together.
Dream makes some jokes that are pretty over the line. That seems like it wouldn't really benefit you.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't make jokes over the line. He made based jokes.
Yeah, I see.
One more thing about White Club, Jalyn. You know that White Club was posting in Kiwi Farms, right?
Do I know that? I don't know.
Yeah, they were a frequent Kiwi Farms poster.
Yeah, and they were trying to.
All I know about this person is I met them in Bunk server, and we had a couple nice conversations, and they vent in my DMs all the time about how they're like mentally ill.
You're willing to die on that hill for somebody that you don't know anything about, and that's another problem that you have, is that you literally are just being contrarian for the sake of it. You don't actually look into what these people do or what they're into or what they.
I mean, it's called, this person is obviously mentally ill. They are not mentally stable. And when you have a bunch of people going after said person, I know what it feels like to go fucking insane from that. I know what it feels like.
Does a mentally ill person get off scot-free if they just hurt another person?
No, they don't get off scot-free, but
No,
I think people should leave them alone and stop harassing them. Don't engage with them. Block them. Don't make streams on them. Right. And you say they want attention, then don't give them attention in the first place.
I don't. I genuinely don't. And I've been one of the first people to like spearhead that sort of push to not give White Club attention, because
like, this is some like random ass Discord.
But you know what? I did
like,
that. I did
mentally
that.
ill,
I
and
did that
for some reason, people are making videos and streams on them.
Well, it's not really up to you or me to tell them what they can and can't make streams on. It's not.
Yeah,
a huge,
well, that's why I make a tweet saying this is kind of messed up, in my opinion.
It's not a huge. I don't think it's a huge moral dilemma that there are freaks and there are people that are mentally ill that worm their way into the community and they get into chats in order to like get covered. And then what? Hold on, they got covered. Oh, they got attention. Well, they were begging for it. They were like fucking hounding everybody for it and causing problems with people. Regardless of whatever mental illness or whatever physical illness they might even have. Like, it's like that. That doesn't automatically give you a get out of jail free card. Just like with you know, Jalyn, I get you. Like, you'll say you'll have. This is why it makes sense actually. You'll say that you have anxiety, and you'll constantly use that as an excuse for everything that you do or for not being held
I'm
accountable
not
for
using
anything.
it as an excuse. It's an
You
explanation.
constantly do. It's an explanation, but what is that gonna change? What do you think that is gonna? We're gonna back off. We're gonna be like, oh well, Jalen's got anxiety. Well,
I mean,
guess
for
you're right.
people who are like, "What the fuck? Why do you do this? Why do you make this decision? What the fuck is wrong with you?" It's like it's anxiety. Like I don't fucking think clearly.
Yeah, it makes sense, but it's not gonna shield you from people criticizing you for that. It's not gonna shield you from like saying the wrong thing and then being held
And I
accountable for
never
that.
said it would. This
Then
this
why
is like
should
the
it? Why should it
problem.
for White?
You're
Why
trying.
should it for White Glove? I mean, like seriously.
Just leave them alone. That's it.
I will, but you haven't explained your logic at all because you don't have any logic. You have a double standard. You constantly establish double standards for everybody that you prefer over everybody that you don't because you're
And you
just
do
you
the
don't
same.
have any.
Everyone does the same. That's
No,
called human nature. That's
I,
called
I,
tribalism.
I don't do the same. If Doc was doing
You
this
are a
shit,
part
I
of
would call him out
tribalism as
tomorrow.
well.
If Doc was acting exactly like you, I would call him out tomorrow. Guarantee.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, Jalyn, is there anything else you need to say to AC? I think he's got Sperg alert coming up, so I think he's probably got a dip soon.
Yeah, I just wanted to say Jesus died for your sins.
That's true. And then he resurrected on the third day. Anyways, I'll take off. It's been fun, Matt. See
AC,
ya.
thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Jalen, hope you get your shit sorted out eventually.
I hope you
You
die in Minecraft.
Okay. Jalyn, I'm going to leave you with the last words, madam. What is there anything you want to say to these communities? Like, is there anything you want to get off your chest? Anything of that nature?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Among Us, it's not really fun. Like honestly, it kind of sucks.
Okay.
It's a very mid game.
Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, I don't really know what else there is to talk about.
Okay. Well, let's end it like this then, Jalen. What do you strive to do in your content in creating content? What is your goal? What is your dream to as a content creator? What are your hopes for the commentary community?
I guess my hopes with content is just I want to do it as long as possible, full time, not have to worry about losing it. I guess. And for the commentary community, I hope things get better and things aren't as toxic as they are, and people can be, just a little more empathetic. And I think that would make things a lot better. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon because people get kicks out of attacking other people.
Oh, I mean, it's the culture of the internet, right? We've been doing this on the internet since the beginning of the internet. And
Is that a good thing? Would you do that in real life? Would you
Well, no,
would you gang up in a mob and like chase someone and attack them?
I mean, people do that. People do that in real life. It happens.
Yeah, and that's not good. That's not a good thing.
No, I just think there's I think some people have this understanding that internet is like the real life, so they see it, they perceive it as real life, while people perceive it as just the internet. And I think there's lines, like obviously harassing. I don't think anyone should ever go into your DMs and tell you to kill yourself. I don't think anyone should go into your DMs and make weird percentage jokes or anything of that nature. I think there is a line, so I definitely disagree with stuff like that. But at the same time, if you're entertaining this stuff and you're going back and forth with people, it's going to grow and it's going to grow, and you're going to be surrounded by people who hate you. So I think, and my advice to you is to, try to reshape that. If you are truly about this life where you're like, I'm a trans woman who I'm trying to make a mark, and I want to make my content, I want to be funny and stuff like that, and I don't want to deal with this shit anymore, then just do it. Just do your thing, Jalyn, if that's what you want to do. But if you keep going into these discords and you keep going back and forth with people and you keep making these comments, even though sometimes it's not your fault, maybe sometimes it is your fault, it's just going to grow and it's going to grow and it's going to grow. And I think that's advice that's been given to you before. But you're young, you got your whole life ahead of you. So I think I think eventually you'll grow out of it, in my opinion. Was that based, Jalyn? Based Among Us?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right,
Uh,
so you just listened to Jalyn versus AC Toxic. What do you think?
I have a couple of things I want to say after hearing that. So I think this is gonna come off weird. So when I watched Doc on the radio stream, uh, it didn't really look good for AC, in my opinion, because it made it seem like because they weren't letting him speak a lot.
Yeah,
Like he kept on getting cut off by like Doc or Smaggle or Augie. Like he couldn't really get his point across, so it just seemed like he couldn't take a joke. Kind of ironic with the whole flamenco stuff going on. But
right.
after hearing that, you like get more of his point of view for the
Yeah,
situation, which really helps. From just hearing the Doc on the radio stream, it didn't really look good. Another thing I want to say about Jalyn. Jalyn said like multiple times during that she doesn't like getting criticism.
right.
Unfortunately, you chose the wrong business to be in.
Yeah,
You're kind of a public figure. And one more thing I wanted to say with that, you chose, she said, like, she's on the, using her words, kind of, she's like on the Keffels and all them side
right,
because she doesn't want criticism, but she's also getting loads of criticism from the commentary community, right?
right.
And to the same degree, like, she doesn't like any criticism. She makes these edgy jokes and thinks that she's on Keffel's and them side, so they're not gonna go after her.
Right.
But she's at the same time saying like Hitler did nothing wrong and all that. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
And
I
I
don't.
brought this up on Doc on the radio, right? It's like she wants to be edgy, but she also wants to be righteous, like the way Keffels is righteous about her
Yeah, she wants to be on
views.
both sides.
Yeah. And the
It
thing
does.
is, when Keffels hears stuff like this that she's saying on, streams and podcasts, Keffels is not gonna like that. You know what I mean? And I guess maybe Keffels will give her a chance because they're trans or something. I don't know. Like I guess
I
Keffels
gotta
gave
stick together.
Keffels gave like Polis a chance because Polis like kind of like trapped Keffels or something in a stream and tried to get Smaggle on, but Keffels kind of like kept the door open and like kept talking to her. So maybe
Interesting.
there is like an understanding about trans people, whereas like they're working shit out in their heads or something. I don't know. I don't know how it goes with them, but I will say that Keffels does not like Rose Malay, who Rose Malay and Jalyn get along well as well. So it's kind of confusing if I'm being honest with you.
Does Jalyn have a penis?
Yes,
What about Keffels?
I think Keffels is post-op.
Interesting.
I asked this on Bo Black's stream last night, but I'll ask it again. I, as an amputee, I have phantom limb syndrome, right? Do post-op trans people have phantom dick syndrome?
Do they cut it off or do they like?
I was told they might split it in half
Oh my god!
and it turns
They
into a
reuse
vagina.
the tissue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus
But
Christ!
They
the
turn your
penis is-
outie into an innie, and then they turn
Yeah.
the penis-like head into the clit,
Yeah, but
so that
still
you
the
can still like feel pleasure.
the thing is the penis is gone, right? So wouldn't you like?
Yeah, there's no object there where
Yeah.
it used to be.
So if you're used to having a penis, just like you're used to having a leg for most of your life, you're going to like go to take a piss and be like, go to reach for your dick and it's not there. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that happens.
Well, I guess that's
Right.
true. It's kind of like, you know how men have balls,
Yeah,
right? But we're just used to having our balls. Like, I'm sure if I put them on somebody else, it would feel awkward. But
Yeah,
then again, if I woke up one day and I didn't have my balls, I think I'd definitely notice they weren't there. Even though like I don't notice them now, if you get
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah.
But I would notice that they were gone, and then I would maybe have like phantom ball feeling. You get
Yeah.
what I mean?
because the thing is, like,
Yeah.
I'm an amputee. I got my leg amputated. I can still to this day wiggle my toes on my leg that is non-existent, on my foot
What?
that is non-existent. Yeah, I can still wiggle. I can still
You're
feel,
not wiggling anything.
but I can still feel my toes wiggling. It's weird. They do it in slow motion too. It's like really weird. But I can feel kind of like pins and needles of them like wiggling, and it's a really weird sensation. So I was wondering if like that happens with post-op penises.
I'm sure it must.
Yeah, I would.
What
I
about
would.
those-
like. here's the thing. I would unironically want to ask a post-op trans person that, but I feel like they would get offended, and I feel like if they get offended, that's not fair.
All right,
Because
tweet
I
at
get
Keffels right now.
no. If I get asked if I have phantom limb syndrome, I don't find that offensive. So like, I feel like it's a direct, like, honest question. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know what the
I wonder what
condition's called.
happens. I just want to know what happens if they like get a hard on, like the feeling of it. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
don't think
No,
they,
like if they're lying in bed and they get a phantom hard on, what happens? What do they do?
Yeah, I don't know.
I had a friend who like I think he like jumped off a swing whenever he was a kid and he messed up his arm. Like it was still there, but he didn't have feeling in it. And it was like numb. Do you think he would get like phantom arm pain or whatever? I don't
No,
know.
because his arm is still there.
His arm is
His-
still
Yeah, but he
there.
can't feel it.
Yeah, but you can see it. The whole thing is it's about being able to see it, right?
That's
Yeah.
fair.
So when Matt looks at when Matt's toes Matt looks down and he can wiggle his toes, right? It's because his brain is saying there is a leg there, but
Yeah.
there isn't a leg there, right?
Right.
And so it's like the contrast. He's lived so many years with a leg, so the like instinct, the nerve like impulses are there to wiggle your toes, but there's no leg there. Whereas I feel like if you fucked your arm up, you'd know. Like
Yeah.
I don't think you'd feel anything in that piece
Well,
anymore.
let's ask the comments. Yo, if y'all know like a based post-op trans person who's willing
Tell
to
them to come
answer
on.
yeah, tell them to come on, willing to answer this question for us.
Matt
We
won't
would
be
be-
transphobe for that episode.
You're the transphobe toxic, not me. All right,
Okay, buddy.
believe all trans people.
You just said she, and then in the same sentence you said they. You gotta pick a side, Matt. You gotta.
I don't
give
even
your
like
own
remember what I
trannies.
said. Beavers.
Jesus
God
Christ.
damn it! Now they're not going to come on. Thanks, buddy.
What?
They're
We're
not
looking
going to
for
come
a
on.
based. We're looking for a based trans person.
Yeah,
Like if they can't be called the
gotta be able to pick-
tranny,
All right.
then I don't
That's
think.
fair.
No, if they can't be called the tranny, I don't think they're
I
going
agree
to
with that.
appreciate you asking them about phantom dick pain.
Yeah.
Fair.
Anyways, speaking of trans people, did you know Mango, I think, is trans now?
I don't believe that.
I think she's
Suppose-
just an ugly woman.
Jesus Christ.
Well, let's all right. So let's go into the Mango stuff a little bit, right? And honestly, I've talked about the Mango stuff enough on Tommy C's stage on Shot from the Point. Go watch that. That's where I go in depth, right? So basically, the TLDR is Mango went on a road trip with a guy named Electric Blake. They've been friends for like a couple years on Discord. They went on this road trip. Blake paid for mostly everything, and she's being accused of taking advantage of the guy. Because he ran out of money in the middle of the trip and had to borrow more money and basically got and she had ended up even trying to ask a friend for money, but she was saying like, oh, by the way, you're gonna owe this guy, and he's like, bitch, no, I'm out. So that's like that's the TLDR of the
Whoa,
Mango
he called her a
situation.
bitch. No way.
No, I'm
Oh
being-
my god.
No, I kind of wish he did. But yeah, so that's the TLDR of the situation. Like, Beavers, what's your opinion of the whole Mango thing?
I think I think I've said this before, not on the podcast though. I think what happened is she definitely took advantage of the guy, right?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But the way that she did it is, I mean, me and Matt were talking about this off the podcast, and we were saying, when you go on a road trip, right? There's an understanding that everything's going to be 50-50, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's stated like explicitly otherwise.
Yeah.
And sometimes 50-50 turns into it's not always we half every bill. It's I'll get this, you'll get that, I'll get this, you'll get that. It's like an effort from both sides, and it
Yeah.
eventually all evens out. So what I think happened is she set out on this road trip with the intention of manipulating this guy.
Right.
But the way that she did it was she said to him, "Oh, you get this one." And then he was like, "All right, well, she'll get the next one, right?" And then they got to the next one, and I think he's just a weak-willed person. And when they got to the next one, she was like, "Oh, you'll get this one, right?"
Yeah.
I think that's kind of how it flowed. And I think she just never put up, and I think he just ended up paying through the whole thing because he's just a bit of a weak individual. But she definitely took advantage of him.
Yeah, not even
But
with
yeah.
just the money. It was like the whole car thing too, where she put her feet up on the windshield and like
Dashboard.
got sand.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
Okay.
that I don't that's petty. That's autistic pettiness.
All right. What
Right.
about?
Her?
Okay, hold on.
Tell me, if I go on a fucking road trip with you, right, and we're traveling across the country, I'm putting my feet on your dash. Fuck
And
you.
no,
No.
man.
If
you're
I wanna
not. That's
lie down.
What is wrong with
disrespectful.
you?
If
That's
I
not-
want to
that's-
lie down, I'm putting my feet
lie
on your
down on the
dash.
back
Nah, just-
seat.
Yeah,
Lie down
either
in the
get in the
back
back
seat.
or like lean the seat back. Like, nah,
Bro, why are
man.
you guys so anal about your fucking dashboards?
I'm not. I don't think I'd care because I don't
I
really care
would.
about my cars. But people, people.
Why
care
would you
about their
care,
fucking
you
cars.
little autist?
I don't have a car, so I would care. All right, I can't drive.
All I'm saying is resting your feet on the fucking dashboard isn't that big of a deal. Just take a cloth and fucking.
Okay. Number one, she got sand everywhere, so that. And number two, she kept playing the music so loud it blew out some speakers.
Yeah,
So
he had to pay to get those fixed,
is that still petty, Beavers?
and she kept
I
turning it up
mean-
after he like turned it down multiple times.
Yeah, the speakers thing I can get, right? That's not being petty. But the sand thing, like, where were they going?
Beavers, if I came into your house and had sand all over my shoes and feet, right? What would you be okay with me putting sand all over your house?
Depends.
On
The environment.
your house.
Well, if it's my house, I wouldn't be fine with it because, like, there's a doormat and everything, right? But
Yeah,
if
it's a car.
if we're on a fucking road trip and we go to like a gas station or whatever, right? And there's like sand and dirt on the ground, and then I get into your car and it makes a little bit of schmutz on the fucking carpet, right?
And then
Get
you put your
carpet
feet on the
protectors.
dashboard.
Yeah.
Would you do
I
it
don't
then?
know. I'd probably get mad at that, but
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Look, if you're
She
going
said,
on
like,
a,
he said her feet marks were on his fucking windscreen, right? Which means
Yeah.
she was barefoot doing it. Motherfucker, what's a barefoot gonna do to your dash?
She put her shoes on and then she took her shoes off. That's what I remember him telling me. But I will
What her
say
feet
this:
stunk.
if you're going on a road trip and the driver is autistic, you know, be prepared for him to be like, "Yo, get your feet up on dashboard. That's weird," and then have a Sperg out. You know, like that's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
I
Have
guess I'm
respect for the
autistic.
person's car. Have respect for the person's car. No, I mean autistic in the sense that, all right, like I put my feet on your dashboard. You're like, "Hey, don't do that." I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Well,
But
I would
for
have
him,
to.
it'd be like,
I'd
"No,
have
no,
to
don't-
see
don't
how
do that,
extreme
don't
it
do that."
was.
Yeah, you know.
Right? I'd
don't
have
know.
to see how extreme it was, because apart from Toxic, who's a bit of an autist himself, right? I think Matt will agree. If you go on a road trip with someone, your car is going to get a little funky.
Yeah,
if you go
I
on
mean
a
that's
road
gonna
trip.
happen, right? But
You gotta accept that.
there's still like an unwritten rule. You got to respect the car, the vehicle,
Yeah.
respect the owner of the vehicle, especially if they're paying for your whole fucking road trip.
Yeah.
Beavers? Come on.
Maybe if it was 50-50,
Okay,
he wouldn't have
okay,
cared as
I get
much.
that. I get that. If he's paying for the whole road trip, right, she should be licking his ass.
Yeah,
But-
like
I don't know. Maybe we're just different people.
I don't
We
know.
just
I
see
think
things differently.
I
I
mean,
do.
like, okay, all right, Beavers, you're in a car with this man, right? Blake, you put your feet on the dashboard. He says, "Hey, can you just like not do that?" And what do you say?
Sure thing, bud. Well, actually, I'd say I'd probably take it off and then I'd ask him why he's so bothered by it.
And then you're gonna
Trying to
get in like a
explain to
2-hour argument about it.
Yes.
Thank you, Beavers.
Yes.
All right, cool. And then he's gonna fucking drive the car off a cliff because you keep arguing with him.
Well,
I'm never going on a road trip with any of you.
that would have been a different ending now, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So, but you do agree Mango's in the wrong in this situation?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
100%. Yeah. Well, the thing
And
with
Blake's a
Mango,
fucking idiot.
93%. There's got to be
okay.
some sort of self-awareness here. No, she's not my type at all. But there's got to
That's
be
the
some
first.
sort of self-awareness. Like, at some point, you got to realize how badly he was being taken advantage of, and he didn't realize it. I don't know.
I think he did realize it when he was on the way home, or when he put that screenshot in the.
That's what I'm saying.
in
He
the
should have
group
been.
chat.
He should have been aware a lot sooner than that.
Well, there
I
was
think he realized. I think he realized that while he was on the trip, but I
Yeah,
think
he
he's just
did.
spineless. I think he's
Here's
just
the thing.
spineless for the most part.
Here's the issue, right? So he
Holy
realized
shit, my dog! Jesus.
he realized okay he realizes that in like the middle of the trip he like confronts her, right? And he's like crying and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he
I
had
think
like
you're
his little
using me.
breakdown.
Yeah, I think you're using me and stuff. She's able to basically talk him off, you know? And I think from what I've heard, there was a situation where she thought that she had basically talked him into like it being okay, when in reality, it wasn't okay. And he was still had issues. And he kind of just held back for a bit till he got to VidCon. I don't know. Don't go on
Yeah.
road trips with people from Discord. That's
I
my.
will.
I literally, like I said, he 100% knew that he was being taken advantage of. He just did not have the spine
Yeah.
He used to
to
grow a backbone.
bring
Like
it up.
he literally
Yeah,
bought
he's
this girl.
autistic. He's autistic, and his fucking stereo is designed for jazz or some shit. The man's not growing a backbone anytime soon.
She
Yeah,
kept playing all
okay.
this music with all this bass in it, and it blew up my speakers. I just like listening to jazz.
Yeah.
Also,
that-
to be fair, right? He probably could have gone into his settings on his radio and like decreased the bass. I'm just saying.
Shut up.
I
He
mean,
could have. He could have gone and decreased the decibels. Like if your car's window shield is shaking and shit because of the bass, you know you have to turn it down.
Here's the thing.
You
Here's
get
the
what I
thing
mean?
with me. I can't stand. I used to have friends that would turn the radio all the way up. I can't stand that shit. I don't like
Why?
hearing. I don't like loud music when I'm driving. I don't.
Oh
It's
yeah, as
like-
a driver, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's just
So what,
like
you put on some metal and you just put it at medium
Yeah,
volume. And you're
no.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, this fucking rocks, bro.
I mean, I'm
yeah.
fine with that. I gotta concentrate when I drive, bro. I can't.
If I could
concentrate with loud
drive,
music.
I think I would like hate it too, because like I gotta focus and yeah.
And here's the
I
thing:
don't know
she's
how
like
people do it.
autistic too, so she's probably like blaring that music and then screaming to it, like yelling the
Oh my
lyrics and
God.
stuff. I'm like, bro, I've seen clips of her like at VidCon, which she's deleted all of her tweets, by the way, from VidCon. I've
Oh.
seen clips of her like she saw something on the ground and she just like screams the joke. She's like, like that's her sense of humor, screaming stuff.
So
You know?
she is a not as attractive version of Alice.
I mean,
Do you think?
sure.
Do you think? I'm of the opinion I probably would have kicked out of my car on the road.
Should have.
Yeah, or left her at a hotel.
I think I would have left her stranded.
Oh God, don't even get me started on that situation.
Also,
whole,
this
I
is
don't
something this is something I didn't get. Right, I'll bring it up
Yeah.
here because of two Americans.
Right.
So, you remember she was like, the whole thing came out about her in the hotels, right?
Yep.
And she was like, "Oh, I'll just stay in the car, right? If you don't want to
Yeah.
for this hotel or whatever." And I was just thinking, but if the guy rents a motel room, right?
Mhm.
Can't two people stay in a motel room?
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
she
being
didn't want to
spoiled
stay.
bitch.
She didn't want to stay in a
So-
cheap hotel room.
So that completely like her, but her argument is, I said I'd sleep in the car, right?
Yeah,
So her argument is completely null and void because he would still have to get a motel room for him to sleep in because he doesn't want to sleep in the car. So
Yeah,
she
I
wasn't
said
going to
that-
save him money or whatever in any
well,
case.
no. What the argument was, he wanted to get cheap hotel rooms, right? And
Yeah.
she said,
Yeah.
"I'm not staying in the cheap hotel rooms. I'm going to sleep in the car." And he's like, "All right, well, I guess we'll get a more expensive hotel room then, because I don't."
Yeah,
want
I
to
said
Oh,
this.
totally.
I said this off the podcast. Like, she's just being a spoiled bitch, and if I was him, I would have said, "You either get this cheap motel, or you're like not even sleeping in the
Bro,
car."
she was like afraid of bed bugs and black mold and stuff. Like,
Nah,
bro, listen, when you're
shut-
on a road trip, the rules of the road trip, you're slumming it, bro. You're
Yeah.
staying in shitty hotel. If you don't have the money for like an expensive road trip, you're slumming it. You're staying in shitty hotel rooms. And here's the thing: a bed, no matter where the bed is, no matter if it's in a shitty hotel room or a 5-star hotel room, sleeping on a bed goes a long way for the next ride the next day.
Yep.
A bed will help you no matter what room you're in. So
And also, I want to ruin her little fantasy. I know people that work in the hotel industry, right?
yeah.
No matter how nice that hotel looks, those beds are fucking disgusting.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You just gotta ignore
There
it.
was fucking jizz and bed bugs and fucking human feces in
Okay, I
your
don't know
bed.
about all that.
Yeah,
I
just
promise
ignore
you,
it.
dude. Fucking hotel rooms are nasty, bro.
I know they're nasty, but I don't know about all that in the bed.
You see, I have no issues with sleeping in beds. My issue was always the bathtubs. I was always weirded
Those
out
don't
by the
bother me.
bathtub.
Oh my God, I've seen some bad hotels in my. Oh,
Yeah,
I'll save
bro.
that for a later time.
Bro, hotels like I like hotel. I've talked to beavers about this. I have a weird like autistic obsession with hotel rooms.
Yeah,
Where
it's like
like
a different experience.
yeah, it's like
cool.
it's like you're on a vacation. So like when I had money, I would just go to a hotel room and chill out for a while, and just like experience that nostalgic feeling I had when I was a kid when you're in a hotel room. So so yeah, like I like hotel rooms. So I've been to a bunch of hotels, and I've seen some shitty ones, but I've always had fun in the hotel rooms because it's like I love the ones that are like haven't changed since like 1989. Like they still got the shitty
Mhm.
televisions and stuff. Like those are
Yeah.
always the best. But yeah, when it comes to here's the thing about Mango with the sleeping in the car thing. At one point, uh basically Blake called her out on it and said, "All right, we'll both sleep in the car for this one." And Mango was like, "Okay, no, we'll get a cheap hotel."
Well,
So
so
she
did
gave
they
it.
get a cheap hotel?
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
And then I guess someone died in the parking lot. I don't know. Something happened,
Oh
but
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But
I would have got that bitch a tent,
yeah.
bro, you're supposed
like
to.
a
All right,
cheap ass
I
tent in
wouldn't.
in like
if you're
a
going,
with those tents in the fucking contain like the little tins. I would have just handed it to her and said, "This is your accommodation for the entire trip."
the
There you
idea
go.
of like a road trip like that where you got to be somewhere at a certain time is
Mhm.
get a mattress, like a small mattress, put it in the back seat of your car, and so you take so one person sleeps, the other person drives, basically. That's how it's
What
supposed to
the
go.
hell?
Oh, how about this? Right? Where was VidCon being held?
L.A.,
California?
Anaheim,
Yeah.
I think.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Book a fucking flight and take your $8,000 and go blow it in fucking LA.
Yeah, literally.
How
Yeah.
about that?
Gas prices are like
You're
higher
going
than
to
ever.
LA.
Yeah.
You're not going to a cheap ass place. Like
Yeah.
if you were going to bumfuck nowhere in the middle of America, I could understand taking a road trip because you want to make it fun. Like the trip is the whole fun of it.
Yeah.
But if you're going to LA for VidCon, save your $8,000 and have fun while you're there.
I'm gonna teach the autist a lesson here. But whoever wants to go on a road trip, I just want to let you guys know, road trips are not fun. They're long, they're tiring, they're exhausting, and they take a lot of
Bullshit.
energy.
Nope. If you're with the
They
right
are
people, they're
not
great. Nope.
okay but if you're going with a person that you met in a Discord call, it's not going to be fun, bro. You got to go on a road trip with someone you've known your whole life or something, or the past like you've been friends for like 8 years and you met each other IRL. Like you're not going to have a good time if you go on a
So
road
you
trip with some
think
random
if I
person.
went on a road trip with Brick, I would hate it?
Yes. Yes. 100%
Yeah.
yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Because you want to know why, right? I've done road trips to like the ocean and stuff on a weekend, right? Back in the day, we just go down. It's not a long road trip. It's like a 6-hour drive
Yeah.
there and back, stuff like that. But even in that 6 hours, right? And doing stuff with people, people that you've known for a long time can start to fucking annoy you when you're stuck in a car with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Right?
getting an apartment with your best friend and then realizing you hate your best friend like a weekend. You know what I mean? Like once you start living with
Yeah.
somebody or experiencing like having to like be in front of them all day long, like it gets bad.
I think
start
I've had a completely different life than you guys.
I'm just saying, man. I don't know, bro. I think Brick's. You don't think Brick's gonna get on your nerves once
You know how patient I am with people? Like, it's
on
really
Discord?
Yeah,
hard to
but
get on my nerves.
you're stuck in a small metal box with
Yeah,
him.
yeah. You can't leave the call. You know what I mean?
You can't
You're
leave,
stuck,
you can't walk away, you
I
can't
love
mute
Brick. What are you
him.
guys talking about?
but you
I
can't
can mute
leave.
him. Throw him some
No.
You
headphones.
fucking you go down, you've gotten drunk or whatever, you're coming back from wherever you are, right? And that person just won't shut the fuck up and
You
you're
want to lay
starting to
your
get a
head
headache.
down and sleep. Yeah.
Alright, well,
Yeah.
there's plenty of ways I can mute him, alright? Throw on some headphones, grab the steering wheel, and throw us into a tree. I mean, like,
Well,
there's
if you do
plenty.
that, I win. By the way, if you fucking kill yourselves like going into a tree, I think I win. I think that
No.
determines that he annoyed you to the point where you wanted out.
Nah, let's just blame it
Unalive
on something
yourself.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just fucking throw
I don't
gasoline.
know.
Let's do that on
It's
stream.
wild. It's wild. Like
Let me.
I just think about that guy could have flown down to he could have flown down to VidCon and had such a good time. But unfortunate, you know?
Let me ask y'all this. All right, if you had some advice to give to Mango, what would it be?
Don't use people. Pay that guy back, so you can at least kind of semi-fix everything. Send him the camera back that he paid for. Don't use people. wear more makeup. There you go. There's plenty.
What about
You
what
pick.
about you, Beavers?
I'm trying to think, like, the best advice that I could give her. I've got a few things, but I think the one that I think will give her the most advantage in life is I think she needs to go get a tit job.
There we go.
Well,
Because you can be very ugly, right? And if you have a good pair of tits, it will get you far in life. Like, I don't think she's going to change the way that she is. I just want her to be more effective and be able to offer more to the saps that she's taking for their money.
yeah.
So, yeah, get a tit job.
Listen,
yeah, and
right?
if I had some advice for Mango, I would say pay him back, just like Toxic said. Because here's the thing, right? Blake was afraid that if he came out publicly about this, she wouldn't pay him back. But I feel like in a way we've helped him, right? So now it's public, right? Now if she doesn't pay him back, she's gonna get shit on. Like, so she's got to pay this guy back now. She has no choice but to pay this guy back, in my opinion. Because if I want to do a thing where we check in with Blake every month. Hey, have you gotten any money back? No? Okay. Hey, Mango still hasn't paid her back. Hey, next month, do the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, so
Well,
I'll do an update every
Expect an
month.
update on the 16th of next
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
August. Also, me saying wear more makeup isn't putting her down. Just want to say, all right, a woman who doesn't wear makeup, better in my eyes. Except for her.
But that's the
Except if
thing.
they're
Is she?
ugly.
I don't think she's a woman anymore. So I'm confused.
Oh, excuse me. Erase everything I just said.
That's the biggest fucking cop out, though.
Well,
Like,
yeah, men can wear
I'm an
makeup.
ugly woman. I'm an ugly woman, so I'm gonna become a man. Right?
Lol. Well, let me tell
Yeah.
you, you're going to be an even
Now I'm just
uglier
an
man
ugly
than you were
man.
before. Anyway, Matt.
That's all I got to say about the Mango stuff.
Yeah, go watch the Tommy C stage.
Yeah,
Link in
go
the
watch the
description.
stage if you want to hear Blake's side of the story, all that stuff. Go watch that stage. Back to the free
Alright,
server drama.
All right, Australians are at it again.
Yeah,
By Australians, I mean one.
yeah. Dav got into 2 fights, within 20 minutes, right?
That lasted for like 3 hours.
Beavers, Dav got in a fight with Abby over a ban. Do you remember this, Beavers?
I was
There for
there.
the first argument.
I was
Toxic was
there.
there. I was there for
Okay.
the second one.
All
Okay,
right.
so yeah.
She is a very big fan of 5 Seconds of Summer. And Dav decided she was going to explain how all of them are terrible people. And they were both going back and forth about how they know these people and how they're either good or bad people. I don't know. It's kind of gay, but I was entertained. RIP the free server.
You can have you kind of noticed Dab can really Dab? Do you think Dab is trying to piss people off at this point?
I hope so.
She genuinely says she's a troll, so
Yeah, yeah, but sometimes she does this thing where she's like, "Well, I'm not trying to do it. It just it just kind of happened. We got an art. I don't know, but it just feels like sometimes she's she's really trying to pick at people, and I feel like Abby. I don't know why Abby was so defensive over this Australian band, but it was interesting.
Abby is a big fan of the podcast.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Comments on everyone. So fuck you, Dav. Take
Yeah,
the
you
L.
suck, Dav.
yeah.
You don't comment on every episode.
Abby does. Abby W.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
I agree.
okay, so that little fight where they're going back and forth with ad hominems and yelling at each other. I think Abby eventually leaves. While that fight's going on, Lizard is kind of cheering Dav on, being like, "This is stupid. Like, why were you saying this stuff? Dav's in the right here." So Abby leaves, and then somehow Oz gets brought up by Lizard, and he was defending
Hi,
Dav
Oz.
during the Abby thing, and then Beavers, do you remember what happened?
I can't remember what they were fighting about.
Why are you
I
here?
honestly can't.
I
Wait, I can't
was
remember.
about-
All I know is that Dav took an L. Dav took a massive L.
Well, it was about
in that
Oz. It
argument.
was about
Wasn't it like Lizard was saying that she kind of like stokes the flames
Yes.
yeah,
and then complains afterwards?
yeah. She was claiming that Oz was her. He says that she was claiming that Oz was harassing her, while Dab is saying that no, that's not true. I never said he was harassing me. I just said, what happened, right? Am I right, Toxic?
Yes. They both took an L.
They
They
did
both
not.
took-
Lizard won.
Yes, they did. No.
Lizard won.
He was like putting his mic down his esophagus, and then Dab,
No, he
like,
only did that because Dav did that.
It doesn't. So
I felt like they were both spurging out.
They were both spurging, but one of the spurgs won, and that was
you know,
Lizard.
I don't know. After 2.5 hours of it, you kind of just zone out and give up.
All I know is every time I would deafen to like listen to something, and I'd undeafen, and there was a fight. That's what was happening to me. Like,
Good times.
yeah, I was deafened, and then I undeafened, and then Abby and Dab are going at it, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And then I deafened because Toxic's listening to a song, and I want to listen to it on the sharing the screen, and I undeafen, and it sounds like everybody's kind of cheerful at first, and then it's just like, boom, they're in a fight. So
That's literally how it was. Like they
Yeah.
were agreeing about the previous debate, and then it just gets flipped.
yeah, I can see.
Slowly, it was funny because it was like slowly ramping up.
Yeah.
Lizard was like asking her questions, and like every time he'd ask her a question, so in the beginning she'd reply like normally. To another question, she'd reply like normally, and then it just started getting more and more aggressive. And then
Right.
mics were shoved down throats.
Yeah, and I want to say, like, yeah, they both were spurging, but I feel like Lizard in the long run can last longer than Dab can. Like, I felt like
You think?
I wouldn't say Dab met her match, but I think Dab met her I guess match
Here's
is the
my
right word.
proposal. We need to
Her
get
equal.
Dav versus Bunk on here.
Dab versus Bunk.
Boom.
Why Dab versus? I don't want to have like a political debate on this podcast.
I don't either, but you know what?
Well, that's
It's
all Bunk
content.
wants to debate.
We have a debate on here about the existence of Palestine.
I don't know
No,
what
all
that
right.
is. You know what I do want to point out though? 40% of these clowns listening to this aren't subscribed. You know what you guys need to do? Subscribe. Sorry, I had to hit him with the 2020 YouTuber there.
Okay, all right.
Subscribe or get out.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Or dislike. Can you guys like dislike the video? Thank you.
Boys,
No.
you know how I have a habit of playing with things during these episodes.
My
Yeah.
God.
I
Was this
might have
one you
been
take?
playing with a yellow like stress ball that was filled with orange goo.
And you just
And
exploded it?
it just exploded all over me. And now I'm covered in orange goo. I'm just sitting here waiting for you guys to finish your points.
Like,
here's
did
my
it
final point.
explode?
My hands are starting to burn. So
Good.
I'm
Let's
gonna
see.
I can't even take my headset. How the fuck am I gonna get my headset off?
Just start shaking your head.
Bye? Like, I don't think it's toxic if it's in a stress ball.
What? I'm not in a stress ball.
Ah.
I think you figured it out.
Okay.
But
Alright. Okay. What was that?
I think that was beavers like tasting the goo.
Maybe. So what do you think?
Alright.
There he is. How,
Back.
You alive or?
I got some on my lip, and my lips are burning now.
What's it taste like?
So
How's that in a stress ball? Like, why is stuff that is burning you in a stress ball?
I don't know. I really don't know. My hands are kind of stained orange.
Lol?
Anyway, moving on, right? Because
there
this
anything else I need
podcast
to be
is going
caught
to
up
be
on?
fucking long. All right, this podcast is already going to be really, really long. So,
Good
moving
luck
on.
editing. Good luck editing this fucking podcast.
fuck yourself.
Because this is going to be the most editing you're going to have to do. You
I know, I
understand
hate
that,
you.
right?
I know. Let's stop dragging it out. Anything else I need to be caught up on, Matt?
I think that's it, guys.
All right, cool. If you enjoyed
What do you
the
mean,
episode,
Beavers is a simp?
yes, you
Oh,
are.
fuck.
All right, if you
Fuck.
if you
I
enjoyed
mean,
this
like,
episode,
Beavers is a simp.
because you are. Now, if you enjoyed this episode,
No, I'm not a simp. Right, we're going to cover this. This is important to me. I let you guys get out your gay little topics.
Beavers. All right,
Now it's Beavers time.
I'm about to open and
It
close
is
this real
Beavers
quick.
time.
All right,
Hold on,
Beavers.
hold
It is
on.
simp.
Beavers time. All right.
All right,
When
beavers.
me-
Are you a simp?
I am not a simp, right?
Uh
And
huh.
people keep calling me a simp, and I can't remember who it was specifically. Matt, who was it? You were there.
Everybody calls you a simp, beavers.
No, but specifically when we were polling the woman.
Like, are you talking from the tar court a long time ago, or are you talking about for recent?
Recently, we were like in a VC, and then like somebody said I was like, oh, they said I was a creepy simp. So I'm not a simp. They said I was a creepy simp, and we polled the woman, and the women all agreed that I was not a creepy simp.
Right. Who was saying you were a creepy simp? I can't. Was it Ghosty?
I don't think it was Ghosty because he's a bigger simp than I am.
I don't remember who said you were a creepy simp. All I
Well,
know
somebody
is
said I was a creepy simp.
I know Tipster said that ever since he was told Beavers simped, he's been getting like a bunch of DMs saying Beavers is a simp, basically. Like he's
I
been
like
told
that.
that. Yeah,
I wonder if
that.
it's men or women doing it.
Well, he's been. I think it's women, and I think you've been simping in the DMs, Beavers.
With
I can't wait
who?
for you to get exposed.
Beavers, I think you've been simping in the DMs.
Only with a few
Nah,
people.
have you seen some DMs?
I have not. I don't think I have, but I do know.
You don't think you have?
I can guarantee. I guarantee you, he's been simping in some DMs. I'm willing to bet.
I guess we'll never know. I'm not a
That's
simp.
a yes.
Beavers, listen. When me, Matt, and Core left the install server because we realized how sketchy that server is, you didn't want to leave after telling us why
It was sketchy.
we should leave.
Yeah.
You want to explain your reasoning on that one?
Yeah. Well, I'm there to protect my 18-year-old autistic queen.
All right, Ash. Jesus.
Yeah, I
protect her
can't
now?
leave her alone in there. As a matter of fact, she left the server,
Quote
so I don't know
18.
why I'm in there.
Yeah.
Oh, she
Yeah.
left. You're still
Yeah,
in the
she left.
server?
Yeah, I'm still in the server.
You knew
Beavers,
this.
get out of there. No, I thought he left. I think he told me he left.
Wait, when did I say I left?
Because I thought you finally had left the server or something.
Nah.
Like oh no, you're still
You're
in
talking
there.
about
No, the
Beavers.
incels have good memes. I'm not leaving.
So
Who
did
do you think
wait?
makes memes? Who do you think makes memes, Matt? It's not the
Everybody.
Chads of the world. It's the people in the server.
Okay, but
I'm getting it fresh off the presses.
so you didn't see? Well, you did hear that the leader of that server, I guess, like posted her ass in the Discord.
Yeah, and you didn't inform me and Toxic soon enough, so we
Yeah,
didn't
why,
get to
Matt,
see it.
You were
better.
in the server, Beavers, so you should have saw it.
Yeah, but if
before us.
you would have said something, then he would have looked.
I got to it late. I was told about it late.
I just
don't know.
wanted to see.
Let
I'm
me explain
curious.
to you why this server is great, right? Within one scroll, there is a meme that has old Gilbert Godfrey on it, and then a scroll up is a video of Belle Delphine. Need I say more?
Okay. Has there been any activity in the voice chats?
Not really. It's kind of died down. Although it was every time I bring my thingy, like my cursor over it, I see that there are people in there. So
Well, that's kind of what happens with Discord servers. You make it, and if you have like a big fan base, it pops off for a while, and eventually it dies down. Like if I go to Clip Live right now, nobody's in there. A month ago, every room was filled. So
Yep.
eventually it dies down. But not our servers.
Totally.
Yeah, we stay packed, right, guys?
Sure.
every night.
What's your name?
The now
Yeah.
recording server. Yeah, that one.
Now recording fan server coming soon to a theater near you.
Fan server.
no,
Yeah, y'all hop
not
on that. Go
happening.
for it.
Not happening. All right.
I'm not modding it.
All right, that's it, guys.
Well, if
God.
you enjoyed, leave a comment, leave a like. Thanks for listening, and I want you all to comment. Beavers is not a simp.
They also they want
You
you to
already
make a
got-
Twitter.
Yeah, people want your Twitter account.
Yeah.
Never happening.
He won't
Okay.
even follow me back on Twitter. Of course, it's not happening.
Yeah. Shout out to our thumbnail artists, Squatchin, Pimpin' Pete, and Nerdy John, and formerly Craig Beckett. Pimp Pete's having computer issues, so he's not
Oh,
going to
man.
be able to help us out for a while. So shout out to Squash. Squashing killed it with our last thumbnail, and our
True.
video is our views are killing it, and I think the thumbnail had a lot to do with it, if my honest opinion. So thank you guys so
And
much.
the time.
Yeah, the time.
Yeah, it was definitely the time.
And the fact that we interviewed Tipster, right?
And that it was the time. You know, the
All right,
time
guys.
of day.
Let's release this one at 1:00 and see.
No, this one's not gonna. I'm gonna already tell you this
Jesus
one's not
Christ,
gonna do
I'd
this.
leave my wife
but,
for that
I'll
platform.
just be honest with you, but we'll see.
All right. And on that note, bye.
Bye.
Flamigo.